Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you once again for tuning in. And today we're going to be discussing Russell Wilson and how unhappy he seems to be with the Seattle Seahawks. Apparently, they've had some discussions on a potential trade involving Russell Wilson. And this has really been something that we've been monitoring ever since Russell, during an interview, basically stated that he doesn't know if he's up for trade or not. Whenever a quarterback or any player says they are not sure of their situation with a certain team, that means there's room for speculation. And hey, he's definitely seems like he's had it with the Seahawks in terms of just their lack of protecting him on the offensive line. And it's no secret he wants to compete and win Super Bowls. I mean, watching Tom Brady go every single year, it feels like, where it's more like every other year, it's got to be frustrating for him to know that, he had a great team. And then, after that, the Seahawks seem to be complacent for with where they're at right now, and he doesn't like that. He wants to continue to be the best that he can be, and he probably feels that the Seahawks, like it's probably time to move on. They're not doing enough to help him, and so, yeah. One of the biggest things to take away, really, that I came away from when I was going through this article here, is that according to insider Jason Kafora, it seems that the Raiders, Dolphins, Saints, and Jets are teams that are being linked with Russ. Now, obviously, you've got a lot of teams reaching out to inquire about his services, but these teams particularly, when it comes to the Dolphins and the Jets, they certainly have the draft capital to reach that minimum guideline as to what we've been told. The standard would at least start in any type of trade negotiations with at least at the minimum three first round picks just to get the conversation really going. And so these two teams particularly, could do that. When it comes to the Saints, I mean, one, we don't know what Drew Brees is going to do. We think we know he's going to retire, but we don't know for sure. Two, the Saints, they have a lot of issues that they all have to take care of in terms of being over the salary cap. I believe that they are the team that's the most over the salary cap. But the Raiders, that would be somewhat interesting. We all seen, Derek Carr and his relationship with John Gruden. We don't know just exactly how great is that relationship now. It seems like, John's just a little hesitant when it comes to Derek Carr for whatever reason that may be. Maybe someone like Russell Wilson. I'm sure someone like Russell Wilson, he would love and be thrilled to have someone like that, as that would obviously make the Raiders a playoff team and able to compete with the Kansas City Chiefs. And so, yeah, definitely he would love to have Russell Wilson. So I find that an interesting pick because we all been talking about the Dolphins for a while, the Jets for a while, in terms of linking them to, quarterbacks like, Deshaun Watson. This definitely is the year of quarterbacks moving for sure. And so it seems like a lot of people just aren't happy in their current roles. So, and you can contribute this really to, leading back in 2020, apparently Russell Wilson, he basically walked out of a meeting simply because the offensive line, he had some ideas that he wanted to throw around in terms of ways that you can improve, the offensive line. Because let's face it, Russ gets hit a good amount, and it's not when he's on the run that he's getting hit. It's when he's trying to stand in the pocket that he's getting hit, and so that's important to note. But it's obvious that his vision and what he wants to do. He wants to compete. It seems like he wants to be that person that can go out there and win an MVP. Because when you have the talent that he has, you can certainly compete for MVPs. But the way that the Seahawks would like to do it, they would love to consider to use him. I wouldn't say as a game manager, but certainly to involve the running game first and be a run first approach, plays good defense, and then let Russell essentially just win the game towards the end, as long as they keep it close and, keep it within that. But Russell, I'm sure he sees, Aaron Rodgers with the Packers, and then what Brady and the Buccaneers were able to do this year, and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, he's seeing this and he wants to be in that conversation. He's thinking, why not me? I am every bit as good as these quarterbacks. He knows he's a top five quarterback if given the opportunity. And with a better supporting cast, the Seahawks, they did a great job in terms of getting them weapons. But if you can't protect them in the pocket, he can only do so much with those weapons. And so I definitely understand his frustration there. And it's going to be interesting to see, because the Seahawks, unlike the Texans, they're not taking the stance of just flat out saying, no, this is not going to happen. They're actually pondering, like, well, we can do a lot, with these picks. And so I'm pretty sure if a team offered them, say, three first round picks, maybe an additional second or third, and throw in a quarterback that they will feel confident throwing in there, kind of like the Jared Goff trade to Matthew Stafford, I am pretty sure that this would at least make the Seahawks consider trading him. Now, in my opinion, you don't trade Russell Wilson. I mean, it's extremely hard to get someone who can come in and just be the type of leader that he is on and off the field. The way that he's able to make those decisions, although at times, in the past, whether it's a slow start to the season or last year, finishing starting strong and then just not finishing on that same note. Russell has the tools, and you can definitely do a lot worse. And there's no guarantee if you bring in someone else that the team's going to be able to succeed. I mean, but it's clear what their vision is long term and what his vision, and it doesn't exactly align. And so when you have a situation like that, if you are to move on from Russell Wilson, this may be the best time to do it because who knows who's going to be coming out of next year's draft class, who's going to be available next year. And so if you don't think that you can put that offensive line together to keep Russell happy and upright in the pocket, then I say you have to pull the trigger now, most definitely. So, but yeah, definitely gonna stay tuned and keep up with this as we continue to get more information as things continue to unfold. And we'll see how this plays out. Whether this will be the next big move to happen. Maybe Deshaun Watson. Maybe the Texans will come out and say, "Okay, we're listening now." Who knows? Sam Darnold, his name's been thrown out a while, and he seems like someone that you can get without giving up a first round pick. Maybe he might be the next domino to fall. There's a lot of options out there, and we are itching closer and closer to the start of the new league year. And so a lot of excitement, a lot of excitement. So thank you once again for joining me for another video. I appreciate the support. Be sure to comment in the comments section, if you enjoy these type of videos, and if you have a preference and maybe one of my other videos that you've enjoyed, be sure to comment so I have an idea of the type of videos that you guys really enjoy seeing so I can make more of those types of videos. So I appreciate you stopping by, and until then, take care.